Hey guys, it's Sean and Alyssa here. We just kind of wanted to give an update on. Hello, buddy. We wanted to give an update on our family, on what God's doing in our lives, and where we're at. We're actually in the Nashville area, Tennessee area, kind of living in an RV right now. We have 3 kids, so 5 people in an RV. We got this really pretty river right down, so right like 100 yards from us. So that's kind of.
It's been really good, actually.
Yeah, kids love it. I like fishing, so it works. And we've been helping out at a church some down here. And anyway, we knew that God wanted us here for a season, but we're actually we knew already ahead of time, and God's confirming that He doesn't want us to stay here much longer. In a couple months, we are moving out to the east. We've had a lot of different words, dreams, and just leadings from Tennessee, Knoxville, Tennessee area, all the way to into North Carolina. And so we plan in 2 months to go to a revival. It's a service, big leadership. It's a leadership conference in North Georgia for a week, and then we're going to go up across the line into North Carolina. And anyway, that's where God's leading us right now. We have some connections there, and just some of the words and things that God can use to confirm is just awesome. So anyway.
Yes, and I have written a blog about some of the words and dreams and stuff that led us here to Nashville and into an RV. But we felt like we needed to make a video and kind of explain the next step. Like, I know we didn't share much ahead of time before coming to Tennessee because we didn't really know what we were going to be doing here in Tennessee.
Yeah, God just said go.
Yes, we left. But I really felt led to share with you guys what the next step for our family is and let y'all be a part of that if you want to. We had a prophet come to the loft in 2018, and he prophesied over us the phrase church planners. 1 month later, we got a private message from a friend who did not know anything about that, who said when he saw Sean's picture, he heard the Lord say, church planters. So that was in 2018. Since then, we've had other dreams and words about North Carolina and East Tennessee. I had a dream about renovating a school, and there was a person in that dream who I don't know personally, but I do know that they live on that East Tennessee border. I had a 2008 dream that we had... 18. Dream that we had a benefactor, somebody who wanted to pay for us to go do ministry. In the dream there was a map, and it was in that line, that area around Knoxville, East Tennessee, around North Carolina, that border. The map in that dream, and they were really wanting us to go. I had a dream that a friend asked me all about, what are you going to do in North Carolina? That was a dream from this year. And in the dream, she was really excited for us. And also in that dream, I wrote a check for somebody for $500. Turned out it was for $5,000 in the dream. And in the dream, I was like, can I get that back? And then I was like, never mind, it's fine. And that was just the Lord being like, this is going to cost you something, probably 10 times more than what you think. And that's not financially, that's what it's just going to cost you, like spiritually, emotionally, things like that. I had a dream that we moved to North Carolina. It was a fairly short dream, but that was the dream. I had a dream that I attended a conference and made friends that were in ministry from North Carolina. I started wearing UNC gear, and Sean called me a Tar Heel in the dream. The main guy I met in North Carolina in this dream gave me his contact information and said, you and Sean need to come do missionary work with us. I was so excited in the dream, and when I started to prepare to go, everything went a little crazy. There was a flood that happened. Our family and friends were really upset, but my kids were really well behaved in the dream, and I made a joke about, are these somebody else's kids? But we were all at peace about it and knew that it was God and that it would be okay. Okay, baby. I also had a dream of cooking meals, and in the dream, Sean said we needed to serve meat with every meal because as people go towards the East Coast, it's hard to find meat. So again, about ministering the meat of the Word towards the East Coast. I had a dream in March of 2019 that we were leaving a church meeting in North Carolina. The road was covered in snow, and Sean was driving. I was just talking about how amazing God is and how we never get stuck in the snow, because along the road that we were on, there were lots of abandoned cars that had gotten stuck in the snow, and we reached a really steep hill, which if anybody knows anything about that area, there's some really steep hills and mountains.
Yeah, we're hoping to drive around there.
In the dreams, Sean looked at me sarcastically and smiled and said, "Good job, Alyssa," as if because I had said God never lets us get stuck in the snow, it was going to happen now. Right. And I said, God will help us with this too.
Driving an RV up a big hill.
There have been also many little confirming things that I don't really feel led to share all those things that, you could say that's a coincidence, but it's not.
No,
it's
not.
not.
It's a bunch.
Right.
We've had a bunch of those. There's more even to what.
Those were just the ones I wanted to share.
And there's also like some people that's wanting to meet up with us. Listen to this contact with you.
Yes, I'm going to a conference in North Carolina at the end of this month. And
check the area out too. So.
Yes, I'm going to check the area out where we're wanting to move to, because the conference is in the area we're wanting to move to. The ministry that's putting this on, I decided to become certified through one of their programs, and they said whenever I did that, whenever I signed up for that, they said, okay, our regional manager of Tennessee is going to call you. The woman calls me, and she doesn't even live in Tennessee. She lives in that same area of North Carolina where we were looking at going to, and
one of the cities actually that was in one of your dreams.
It was not.
No, one of your. Okay.
One of my friend's dreams.
Yeah, but there was some around that though.
Yes. And I was like, wait, in that area? And I named some of the towns, and she was like, yes. And I told her, she said, what are you wanting to do here? And I said that we felt like God had called us there to plant a church and maybe do tent meetings in some of the towns that we've had dreams about in Tennessee, like around Knoxville and stuff like that, because I've had dreams with like Lenoir City and different places around Knoxville.
Several. And then you look them up and you're like, yeah, those exist.
That's a real city.
And they're all within, not too far from there.
Yes, because the main town we're looking at is about an hour and a half in Knoxville.
Yeah, and it's amazing how God speaks through dreams. God, even what led us to come here, it was just.
And that lady was so excited. She was like, I'm going to send you people. She's like, I need prayer warriors. I need somebody to start a home group, and I will send people your way. And she said that will likely turn into a church. She has a dream about starting an equipping center to teach people things, and
you're going to meet up with her.
And I'm going to meet up with her at this conference at the end of August.
Yeah, this month.
Yeah.
So, and it's interesting because the main guy that's through this program, we've had dreams with that specific person, that specific minister in the past few years. I've had several. I even had one where this minister was praying for a child, and I found out it was this child. He was praying for a child in my dream, and it was pretty much gave him impartation. I was like, wow, it was a powerful dream. And I had a couple other ones that were pretty powerful with this minister in it. So just a bunch of words, and we just know that this is where God's leading us, and we don't know exactly how it's going to look, but we know that's where He's sending us, and so that's what we're going to do. We're going to be obedient. We're going to go to North Georgia for a week, and then we're going to head up. That's going to be in October. So.
Yes, and we don't know where we're going specifically in North Carolina right now, as everybody I think realizes the housing market is kind of insane. Even finding a spot to park your RV
Yeah.
is insane.
And we do feel like this is going to be a church plant.
Yes.
We believe it's going to be a church plant eventually. And yeah, so
We're looking for a building, whether it's a house that could be a place where you could still have church, or whether it's a
Yeah.
church that we could live in, or whether it's two buildings on one property, anything where you could have a house and a church, or just be able to combine the two. And whenever I've told a couple people that, they've asked, well, what about people sewing into that? Because do we have the finances to buy a building in North Carolina right now? No, we don't. We believe God is going to provide that.
yeah, well, yeah. Another thing, He's faithful. If He
Yes.
calls you, He'll equip you and He'll
Yes.
provide, and we've seen that. And yeah, you even had words where God was going to provide for that.
Yes.
So we're just going to say this. We're going to put a link, I guess, to our PayPal account at the bottom, underneath this in the comments.
Yeah, I'll put a link there.
If you want to sow, if you feel led to sow, you do not have to. Do not feel. If you don't feel led to, do not. But if you
Yeah.
feel led to sow into us, we're going to give you that opportunity, and we're going to put our PayPal up there. So
All
yeah.
of that will go towards ministry purposes.
Yes.
We have enough to live on in the RV. That's taken care of.
Yeah.
We are not going to use anything that's donated from this towards
Yeah.
living expenses. It will be towards a building for ministry, to church plant, to provide people with food, to do tent meetings, things like that. That's
Yes.
really what it will be for.
And that's what we feel like God's wanting us to do, and I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm
but
excited.
again, that was not the purpose of this video. I just wanted to throw that out there because some people had asked.
Yeah, we've had people asking us.
So the purpose of this video is just to give you guys a heads up, because I know we didn't do the greatest job of that when we moved to Tennessee. So we wanted to kind of give you guys a
Yeah.
heads up and get you guys involved in what we're doing for the kingdom, because we're all connected in that we all have our own purpose in the kingdom, and just wanted to give you guys a heads up that that's what we're doing.
Yep. Is he asleep?
Oh no, I fell asleep.
He fell asleep. Were we that boring? Were we that boring, guys?
No, he felt the peace of God.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.